Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about Paramount Plus's show Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 2, the finale, Episode 10. And let's get right into it, shall we? Spoilers! Okay. Wow, this was definitely an episode. We got Captain Batal narrating on this episode when we come in, and she's got Nurse Chapel with her. They're at a outpost where they're just checking on a colony that's on this planet that's on the edge of Federation space and very close to Gorn space, apparently. But she down there just checking on them. Chapel's on her way to her fellowship. She excited about that, and so they get, and then Patel calls. Well, Pike calls her, and they're having a conversation, and then their phone call gets cut off, and then lo and behold, they look up, and it's a giant Gorn ship entering the atmosphere, and it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? Because now we got to deal with these Gorn, and these lizard people are not nice at all. So we go back to the Enterprise, who was questioning what happened to the signal and everything, and so then they get a distress call that something's going on there and that it's the Gorn from Batal. She got at least one piece of communication through before the Gorn cut off all communication. So Pike is like, okay, I gotta go. So he calls Admiral April, and Admiral April should have known that Pike was not emotionally stable to handle this mission, but he let him go anyway, and so we're off to save the day. So we all get there, and lo and behold, who shows up? But a Gorn hunter ship shows up. But they stay on their side of space, like they're not trying to instigate or initiate anything. And apparently, the Federation has been in talks with the Gorn, trying to hash out some kind of deal. So they really don't want Pike to get involved, in anything that's going on. And the planet is outside of Federation space, so they really shouldn't get involved in whatever the Gorn doing to this colony. But of course, Pike ain't listening. So he called a meeting, asked for volunteers. They all do. And so they decide to rig a shuttle to look like space debris, because the Gorn also destroyed Batal's ship. It's just debris floating above the planet. It is also where Chapel had teleported to right before the attack happened. So, Spock dealing with not knowing where Chapel is. Pike dealing with not knowing where Batal is. So, we got a lot of emotions going on where they shouldn't be in order to deal with this very serious situation. So, they, rig a shuttle, make it look like debris. They get down there. They apparently also have these Gorn weapons now. I was really looking forward to them using the nitrogen grenades to see that work, but they didn't get a chance to. But the phasers worked just fine, because they had to take out a couple of baby Gorns. And they was looking for people. They found the people. They found Batal, Captain Batal, and saved some people. And then, lo and behold, we get the introduction to Scotty. Yes, the engineer made famous by the original series. Yes, Montgomery Scott. He showed up, and I was very happy to see him. I like the actor that was playing him. He did a good job, I think, and delivering the personality that we all have come to know the original actor that played this character to have and to be and to imbue it with. And so it was fun to see that, and I was like, okay, now we got Scotty on the ship. We piecing together the original story of the Enterprise right before your eyes, and it's beautiful to behold. I love seeing Uhura having fun. You don't see that on the other show. But anyway, now we got Scotty. So he had a way to trick the Gorn into thinking he was one of them with some device that he created, and he escaped because they were in the next solar system over. He was on another ship, and they was examining a star, and he picked up some information about the Gorn that the solar flare that came off of it is what must have attracted them in the first place, and triggered them to want to spawn and make babies, which apparently is done in the insides of other living organisms, because Batal apparently got bit or attacked or whatever, but she got babies in her. And now they're trying to figure out how to stop the babies from bursting out of her. She only got a day or two, and they got to try to figure that out. So that's rolling in the background because they did eventually get to Scotty's original shuttle and took his device off of it that was tricking the Gorn, but they weren't able to get to the device that was jamming everything so that the transporters could work and everything. But that's what Spock was on. He was like, okay, we got a plan. We can knock the dish from the destroyed ship into the spot where we know the signal is coming from, where that's generating this blocker. So he went there to do that on the disk of the destroyed ship, which is where he encounters a full-grown adult Gorn, and they apparently wear suits of armor as well as a face mask because they can't breathe in space. That makes sense, but the armor and stuff is just, they look weird, and they're lizards. I don't get it. So I'm like, okay, it was good to finally see an actual grown one and moving around. CGI could have been better, quite honestly. On the babies with the puppeteering, especially, they could have made better puppets. And the CGI on the larger one definitely could have been better. Or maybe that's the one that should have been practical. I don't know. But I was just glad to see a full one and in action. The tail was out of control. Like, how long is this tail? Like 20 feet long? Like, it was ridiculous. It didn't seem usable in gravity. Like, I don't know. But hey, and it was trying to access some kind of computer system, to get information out of the ship. So that was new information. They actually trying to sneak around and do sabotage and find other stuff. Okay, so Spock had went there to put rockets on the disk to make it alter its altitude as its orbit collapsed around the planet, and so that it could land in the spot that needed to destroy the thing. So they do that, and he saves Chapel, and they save each other, really, and then they fly off, and when the thing gets destroyed, then everybody gets teleported back to the ship, except for a colony of people that was a little further away, and apparently the Gorn have them now. The Gorn teleported all these people off the planet, so now, and Pike has gotten fresh orders to back off and stay a freaking way. So now it ended with a to be continued, with Pike having to make a decision at some point about whether or not to try to save the rest of the colonists or to back off. What's he gonna do? What is he going to do? Man, oh man, oh man. These Gorn ain't no joke. They are bad mama MFers. Whew. To see the emotion of Spock, wanting to save Christine and not losing hope, and then Una not letting them lose hope. Like, no, we don't know what's happening. We're going to keep the faith, and we're going to do what we can to do our job the best way we know how. Let's just do that. Let's focus and do that. She's a good number one. I love her. She's fabulous. Love you, Rebecca Romaine. Ha ha. All right. So, that was the finale of this entire season. That was awesome. Overall, I thought this season was pretty darn tootin' good, on par with the first season. I wasn't so sure at first when it started, because I was in mad love with the first season. But this was really good. I enjoyed it. I can rewatch any of these episodes anytime. Even the singing one. I enjoyed that. I had a ball. So I think this show should definitely win some kind of awards, a Golden Globe or something, for writing, because the writing is excellent. A lot of the special effects are pretty darn good. Everybody had glitches here and there, but overall they're pretty on par. And the acting is superb. Everybody is good at their job. Even the people that I don't like M'Benga and Ortega. They doing their job, though. You know what I'm saying? I can't say they're not doing their job. They are acting. So, yeah, this was a great series. I enjoyed this. I cannot wait till who knows when that's going to be. Probably 2025 before I see season 3 of this, with all of the striking that's going on, unfortunately. But, hey, guys, get your money. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, that was this series, and I will see you guys for another one another time. In the meantime, have a great day.